town itself, they have a little tourist train, which is so cute. It's great for kids. You sit on it and it brings you all the way around. Feed elephants, you can feed the giraffes, pet them, like you're up on this platform and you're like petting the giraffe's head. It's amazing. Amazing is that they camel like ride up the volcano. Really child friendly beaches in the town, so the sand dunes would definitely be bigger waves. Hello everyone, I wanted to do a quick video all about top activities to do in Fuerteventura. So I've been to the island a couple of times and there's lots to do. It doesn't look like that at the very first glance. It looks like a more quiet, family friendly holiday destination, like sun holiday destination, especially winter sun, but there's plenty to keep you busy. And it's such a lovely vibe on the island that it's so relaxing and it's getting back into nature, and there's a lovely energetic feel about the place. So there's so much to do, which I'm going to run through today, and lots of like alternative and different things that you wouldn't normally get on your average sun holiday. So I'm going to split the video up into like the north of the island, the middle of the island, and then the south of the island, instead of going through individual resorts. I find that much easier. And thank you for joining me today. I have a couple of other videos. I have a walkthrough of Coraleco town, so check that out in my Travel Hood playlist. And I have holiday reviews, like hotel reviews, accommodation, and where to find the popcorn beach as well. That's really different. And so let's get right into it. So in the north of the island, there's a town called Coraleco, and that's a very famous resort. I would think that's one of the most popular. So up there they have this beautiful shopping centre, and it has a bell tower in it, and you can climb all these stairs and go up to the top and have a lovely view. And in that bell tower shopping centre, they have shops open all year round, and then they have these markets that they do, like craft stalls as well. And there's a cafe in the fountain. It's like a Spanish square, and they have this beautiful fountain. It's so pretty, and there's a cafe there as well. It's so nice. I've even seen them do like live music, live shows in and around the fountain area there. There's like a little tourist office if you want to book tours as well. It's all really well organised and really geared up for tourism, and it's so pretty. The whole market looks like this real authentic Canarian style, like the buildings and the arches. It's just really pretty. So definitely recommend a little trip up there. And there's things in the supermarket, like if you actually go into the supermarket, you actually get lots of like cosmetics are great and really good quality and really affordable. And I love when you get you can get fresh juices and smoothies and all that if you don't go all inclusive in your hotel. It's a great way to stay really healthy on your holiday. So yeah, the bell tower, they have markets there. They also have, I'm not sure what days, but they have another market up at the water park which sells all like handbags and belts, and you can haggle, and they sell all art and crafts. And what else? They have a bit of food there sometimes as well, but it's mainly like the handbags and the t-shirts. It's really good. So the Fuerteventura has lots of shopping, like you're gonna love it. In Coraleco town, they've all the little touristy shops. So they've lots of all the beach stuff and all the inflatables and swim togs. So if your case ever got taken or still lost in the airport, you'd be fine. There's so much you can stock up on, and it's great to go in and out of all those little shops down the main street for like touristy things and magnets, fridge magnets, and like artwork and They have great deals for bags and shoes as well. Any kind of summer stuff you need, or if you forgot your sunscreen. And in the town itself, they have a little tourist train, which is so cute. It's great for kids. You sit on it and it brings you all the way around. And in the town, I'd recommend going along the harbour. You can go from one end of the harbour all the way through all the town beaches. Literally walk on the beaches, and then the path continues and it goes in and out of all the little coves. I think it's a good, I don't know, if you're strolling, maybe an hour, could it be longer? It's a good walk, and it takes you, if you're literally walking along the beaches, because the town has all these little coves and little now they're sandy as well, but they're all individual beaches. Beautiful views, great cafes. So if you start at the harbour, all the way down towards the sand dunes, you can actually walk out onto like the private beach of one of the 5-star hotels. We tried to go on, like, there's a beach club that they have. I think you don't have to be a resident of the hotel. I think you can pay separate. So that's really cool. It's really, really pretty. And they have like a pier, a walkway, so on that separate beach. But yeah, so what I'm saying is you can walk all the way from the harbour. It's a beautiful walk, especially if you did it in the evenings. But wear your runners, and it's a long walk, but follow all the way through the town, all the town beaches, all the way along out towards the sand dunes. And that's my next point. In Coraleco town, very close by, the sand dunes. Now they're good from the town centre, definitely a 20-minute walk, half an hour, depends on where your hotel is. The sand dunes are so pretty. They have, if you walk down past is it called the Riu Hotel? They've 1 or 2 hotels on the sand dunes, and just beside the Riu Hotel they have like public bathrooms and facilities and sunbeds and stuff there. But other than that, it's literally sand dunes. It's like pure nature. But you could definitely go swimming there. They're bigger waves. They call it like the Caribbean of Europe, so they call it that for a reason, because the beach is so pristine and the water is so amazing. It's gorgeous. It's like crystal clear and brilliant for tanning. It's just so pretty. There's so much sand and so much space, so it's like you're on the beach, and in the background across the road it's like volcanoes and rocks, and you're on these sand dunes, but you're at the beach. It's like the mix of all these different worlds. It's really cool. So if you're staying in Coraleco itself, they have loads of little coves and really shallow water, I would say, like as in really child friendly beaches in the town. So the sand dunes would definitely be bigger waves. And I've seen them do yoga on the beach, and I actually did like a yoga class once before as well. There's like yoga retreat centres in Coraleco, so it's just amazing. You can join them for like a morning sunrise yoga class on the beach. Down at the harbour, it's lovely. You can get all the that's where you can book all your tours. Like you could literally walk up and book, because there's a little island off Coraleco called Los Lobos that is really cool to see. Really remote, really like back to nature. And they do like catamarans, they do like a lovely boat tour, then they do a speedboat tour, they do glass bottom boat tours for kids. That's amazing. You can get the ferry over to Lanzarote. You can bring your car if you've rented a car and go check out Lanzarote, which is a whole nother island, and it's so close by. You can definitely do that in a day. Be a very busy day, but definitely possible. Get the ferry in the morning and then drive around Lanzarote and come back and get the ferry in the evening. That's definitely doable. It's like, I think it's half an hour, 40-minute crossing. What else? Coraleco town. It's just so pretty to walk around. There's like a music square. Definitely in the summer they do like a live band all in the centre where there's restaurants. It's great for duty free if you want to bring back alcohol or cigarettes, anything like that. There's one or two Irish pubs, which I do have to mention. They do have like they're more bars than they are like proper full-blown nightclubs, which is actually quite nice. They're very central in the downtown. They're not like taking over. It's not like a party strip. It's more like entertainment in the hotels and entertainment. Like the restaurants are amazing. They have a great atmosphere just to sit out. So I've done both self-catering and then I've done all-inclusive. So they're definitely, for self-catering, there's tons of options, so many options. And there's lots of like buffet, there's like Chinese buffet restaurants and steakhouses and Mexican and everything you could ask for. Lots of Indian restaurants as well. So check them out. So kind of leaving Coraleco town now. There we stayed in other resorts along the north of the island in El Cortillo. El Cortillo town is a separate little town, village I'd call it, and that has like these beautiful lagoons. Oh, very, very nice. They're like little rock pools and then sandy coves and then rock pools again, and they actually have lots of surfing spots, so it's definitely an island for water sports and surfing. They do kite surfing, loads of water sports, so you definitely get that if you want that. So El Cortillo has the lovely lagoons, and then along the coast from El Cortillo there's a lighthouse. It's called El Torsen Lighthouse. That's so pretty to see. A nice like stop off on your if you're doing a tour, maybe you could do a little road trip. And they do dune buggy tours all around out to El Cortillo from Coraleco. They pick you up at your hotel and bring you around. Really like adventurous. They're like quad bikes almost, and then they do the sand like dune buggies as well, if you're feeling more active. And then along that coast, all along the north coast, north kind of west coast, they have popcorn beaches. So the algae forms in the sand and it becomes like, they look like little kernels of popcorn. It's so quirky. Kids love it. And I did a whole separate video on that. So be sure to check that out. I tell you exactly which beach we went to, where to find really good ones, and they're so unique looking. It's just quirky. It's cool to see. Like at one part of the island you have pure sandpit, child playground sand in your hand, and it's just like sand dunes for miles. And then you have these like rocky kind of kernel popcorny like things. So yeah, really interesting to see. I love how like the island actually does have a really diverse range of like natural landscapes. And then along the north, kind of on your way, we did like Bentecuria. Bentecuria is like an old Canarian town. It is so underrated. It is so pretty. It's unbelievable if you get a nice calm sunny day. Now there's not that much in the town itself, but it's just, if you just walk around, it's so pretty. It's gorgeous. They have a fountain and an old beautiful church, and it's just like the buildings are all still like preserved. It just, the whole backdrop, it looks like a movie set. It is so pretty. It's like this little oasis in the middle of volcanoes and rocks around you, and then this beautiful old town. So like there's lots of cafes there, and you could definitely just stop off there for brunch, I'd recommend. And sometimes they have live, like somebody playing a guitar at the square, and oh, it's so pretty. They have it done so nice, like with flowers out, and yeah, it's brilliant. It's really pretty to see. So that's called Bentecuria. That's kind of in the middle of the island, and on your way there they have these like, it's a lookout point, 2 giant statues. It's hard to explain. They are like giants. There's a whole story about it and the history of the first inhabitants of the island. But it's really cool to see. It's like a viewpoint, and you can see right out to Lanzarote. You can see right out. The view is incredible, so I'd recommend it just for the view. If you're into history, I'd go check out what they're all about, the statues. And if you're over near the little village La Haras, so if you were doing a road trip, this is actually back more north, you can do this volcano walk. It's like a proper trail that's marked, and then they do camel rides there, we've seen as well. So how amazing is that? A camel like ride up the volcano. Yeah, I wish we had gotten on the actual camels, but yeah, just to say that as well. La Haras, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, is such a lovely little village. You definitely stop off there if you're doing any type of road trip. So yeah, more the middle of the island, you can do like aloe vera factory tours, and we've driven down. It's about 2.5 hours, I think, all the way down to the bottom of the island, so from Coraleco down to Handia. And we did like on the way we were heading towards the Oasis Park, but that's more in the south. So definitely in the middle there's of the island, there's like aloe vera tours. There's another resort called Caleta de Fusta, and that has at the harbour a seal. It's like they preserve and conservation work for sea life, and they have a whole display where you can feed the fish, and then you can like get a kiss from a seal. So you don't have to book it or anything, you can walk up and like put your name down. Really cool, so highly recommend that. That's at the harbour front at Caleta de Fusta. That's another great resort, and the beach is really like, it's like a man-made beach almost. It's really flat beach for miles. That's a great little town as well. It's more modern, it's more like big resorts, whereas Coraleco still has that feel of like a traditional old town. So Caleta de Fusta. So I hope my geography is right, but in the middle of the island to the west coast, there you have caves called Aju caves. I hope I spelled that right, or I pronounced that right. And I really want to see these. They're like a walkway, like a hike you can do, and they end up in all these little coves and caves, like proper pirate coves. Yeah, and then onto the south of the island there's the Oasis Park, which is actually like a wildlife park, like a zoo, but proper enclosures, and you can like feed elephants, you can feed the giraffes, pet them, like you're up on this platform and you're like petting the giraffe's head. It's amazing. It's such a cool park. They have parrot shows, they have like sea lion shows as well, lots for kids. They have a playground, they have like a petting farm, they have a restaurant. Definitely recommend it. They do a falcon show, and they do like a cactus park. It's so cute. It's big, very big, so do take your time there. A lot of people drive up to it, or you can book the tour buses that come collect you from your resort and then drop you back in the evening. You definitely need a full day there. It's a wonderful, really big wildlife park. Lots and lots of variety of animals, and it's done really like lots of plants and scenery, and I'd recommend going up to the cactus park and that part of it as well. I think it's like to get a little train or a little bus up to it. It's a bit of a walk, but so definitely wear runners that day. Bring a rucksack and bring some drinks, because they can get really sunny and hot. And then down the south of the island is Handia, which has like lots of chipmunks. You can pet the chipmunks on the beach. They're so cute. And a big boardwalk, a big long beach. And I think there's a famous beach called Confete, and it's like surfing, and it's just really vast, really big beach. So that's another one for the list. So ladies and gents, I hope you found this really helpful. I hope it was a great guide to see that the island has so much to offer. I highly recommend it with kids if you're going on holiday. So definitely choose Fuerteventura for your next trip. Highly recommend it with kids. It can be really relaxing. I know I mentioned so much to do and see. I definitely recommend getting a car and driving around a few of these spots. If you can rent a car, that'd be great, or motorbikes and stuff. They have all that, mopeds as well. So check out some of my other videos as well if you want a more detailed guide on Coraleco. Write in the comments below, and I'm happy to try. I've probably been to the place if there's a tour that you want to see. Like, there's other things I didn't mention about, like I've been horse riding in Coraleco, or outside, just outside Coraleco. That's amazing. That's so cool to see. And the tour was great. Horse riding, what else? They have so much. Boat trips and fishing trips. I think they do fishing and dolphin watching and loads. So it's a quiet trip if you want it to be. Definitely recommend it for surfing, for a yoga retreat, and 100% for kids. Beaches are really, really safe, and you feel really safe walking around. So yeah, I hope to hear from you in the comments, and any other recommendations for people, share the wisdom, write it down below, especially if there's a certain resort. I recommend the Origo Mar. It's not exactly in Coraleco, it's outside a little bit, more closer to La Harris, but we stayed there. I have a video all about that resort. I'd recommend there. So hopefully we'll hear from you in the comments, and I look forward to chatting to you. Thank you for watching.